Hello, my name is Nathan Robles. I am a metal sculpture artist. This is one of my recently completed pieces. It is 9 feet tall. I want to show you my studio space because all of this, everything that I have in here that I put in here a little less than 2 years ago has to leave. I have to go into a new art studio and I'm not exactly sure where that's all gonna be. I'm exploring some options and checking out some things, but I thought it'd be helpful to share an inventory of what I have here as a metal artist. Out here in the layout yard, I know it looks very disheveled, but there's some organization to the chaos. There is steel, recycled steel, stuff that I got from dairies in the area, from the scrap yards, from people getting rid of stuff. A lot of different pieces and parts that I've already started to turn into sculptures. They're in various stages of completion. And as we continue to go through this area, this is my bronze casting setup. I've got a melt out kiln for lost wax casting. I've got a furnace that I built with a blacksmith that can melt large quantities of bronze. I've got a couple other smaller furnaces and just the other materials and equipment that is needed for doing bronze casting, which is really awesome. I also have a few woodworking tools, a table saw right there, another saw, some other woodworking tools underneath this table. And this table is a fabricating table, something that I can use for prepping up stuff and doing work. Over here, right here is a CNC plasma cutting table. It's about 3 feet long by, I don't know, like 20 something inches wide. So I can get, things cut out. I've got a plasma cutter for that. It hooks up to a air compressor. I don't quite know how to use it. I need somebody with more of a technical mind to be able to do that. Here's a plasma cutter right here. Doesn't have a compressor in it. It's a Hypertherm, which is really good. It's good quality equipment. I've got a little Lincoln welder right here. I've got another welder that's set up to do bronze welding. I've got an argon tank right there. Different tools and equipment and things like that. A press over here, sculptures in various stages of being completed. This is a fire sculpture that I'm working on with a fire artist. It shoots fireballs out of its hand, which is amazing. This is just, storage and shelving and stuff. Same thing over here, a couple lockers, things for storage. Got other sculptures that I'm prepping up and getting ready to complete. Let's see, what else? Over here, little grinder, different tools, another welding machine, another tank for carbon or just steel welding, another plasma cutter, another Hypertherm plasma cutter, plasma cutting table, air compressor right there, shelving, equipment, materials, tools. Over here, I have a large capacity, very, very noisy air compressor that is essential for doing pneumatic stuff like the sandblasting cabinet and whatnot. I've got a little dust collecting system for woodworking. I've got a fan right there. Oh yeah, I've got a TIG welder right there that I got from a bronze foundry. And this is this room. Over here, I've started moving some stuff out already to my home studio. This is my wax room. This is for all the bronze casting and everything. So a lot of shelving, a lot of tables and things like that for doing wax work. Wax turns into bronze through the lost wax casting process. So these are little figures that I'm prepping up to go through the system so that they can become bronze and become part of sculptures. So yeah, that's the setup. Molds for casting, drying rack right here. I've got some slurry material for doing the casting, dipping the material or the system in. So yeah, that's what I've got. This is the setup that I developed. I was hoping I was going to be in this studio for a little longer. They're turning it into a living space. So they have given me till the end of the month to have everything out. And it's been great to be able to be in this space. I mean, this is the biggest area that I've ever worked in. I went from working in a 10 foot by 20 foot carport thing to being able to expand out to this, which has been amazing. And so I'm really grateful for that opportunity, but I'm excited to get other people learning the skills that I've developed over a lifetime. I want to teach other people who are creative and driven and skilled to level up in their capabilities. I have something that I have learned. I can make anything out of metal. I can create monumental sculptures, which to me is really cool. And so for those other people in other communities who also have that skill set, who know how to weld, or even if you don't, you can learn. I was just a kid who didn't know what he was doing, and then I figured my way out, and I found out my skills and abilities, and I've worked to develop myself to this point that I can help create and have people help me create really cool stuff. I want to expand what we as humans are able to do, because I know there's so many people in every single community who are just like me, who have something innate in them. They're a creator, they're a maker, they're an artist. And that will lay dormant unless they have that spark to show them the way and to open up their minds to different possibilities, because everything is magic. I think that we as humans are made to create. We can create. Our ancestors have shown us that. Look at any civilization in the past. They built amazing things. They had to work with their hands to provide what they needed. And we have had such a mechanized, industrialized society that we have grown up in, which has many benefits, many great things. But we also need to touch things. We need to be creative. We need to connect with each other more, because so much of us are living in an unnatural environment to what our human DNA and our human soul is built for. And that's what I'm about. Linking up with other people who want to perform at the highest level that they're capable of. And for those people who just want to do it for fun, I want to encourage you to do that. So Nathan Robles, Robles Metal Art, it's a whole new experience right now. My life is changing. I'm connecting with people like I've never done before. It's amazing to see other people who are passionate and driven and want community. I've been hungry for that. And so it's such a great time to be alive. I hope that you are encouraged by what I can show you. And I love the idea of just building cool things with cool people. So thanks for being here. We'll see what develops.